helper commands again for Ollama. So there is this serve which starts Ollama server. There are a lot of environment variables that you could set, like what is the IP address that you would like to serve on, and how many minutes do you want to keep it alive if there were no requests coming in during that time, or how many models, how many queue, and all these things that you don't have to worry about. But if you need, you know where to set it. You can just set an environment variable and configure this. For now, I'll just serve, and it says that there is a Ollama server running, probably with the app, and let's see how it looks. And you can see that here Ollama is running, and Ollama has a few endpoints that we could use with any of our applications. And to look at those endpoints, maybe let's go to its GitHub page, and here you can scroll down to find the REST API exactly, and you can see that you can use these REST APIs to call like how you would with any other endpoint like OpenAI, Anthropic, Gemini, and all you need to do is pass the model name that you have with the prompt. There is more API documentation here. There are a lot of endpoints. I would start with looking at the number of models that are present, and there is an endpoint called API tags, and we can try that. So in here you can see this is the model that I have available, which is the Quen model, and we have already seen this. Let's see what other things we can do with this model. These endpoints is call it from a chat app or whatever other applications that you're building, and if you don't want to use an expensive proprietary model like OpenAI, which charges you per token, and you can use these endpoints. So let's look at one of these endpoints. So we could use the call command with this payload, which takes in the model name, the prompt, and try to get some response. So here we go. This is a call command. What I need to do is modify this so it can point to my model. So it's a Quen 3 0.6b model, and I would keep the question as the same. Why is the sky blue? And what is happening here is it's trying to respond with a streaming output, and it gives us all the tokens that this output generated. We don't have a way to convert this, how to give the tokens that are in English than the token IDs in this case. So these are the parameters that are present, and with the streaming response, I don't need that. Okay, this is the non-streaming response, and I probably need that. And let me try this. Try to add a stream false, and this should. So what it's doing now is it's generating all the responses and then sending us the output. And what you see here is the token IDs. So it has a lot of output. We don't need to look at all the output. What we need is this part here, which is a response. And it's hard to read because it's a JSON output here. But what we could do is actually pass it through a parser like JQ, which parses JSON output. And here you can see that this is the JSON keys that are responded, so similar to what is shown in this documentation. And there are a lot of token IDs. We don't care about the token IDs, but what we're looking for is this response here. It's a nicely formatted JSON response that you can use in your applications. If you're building locally, you can use this endpoint to creative things with it.